How you doing today, guys? This is Alex the DIYer. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the brake pads on the rear axle of a 4th generation Ram 1500. So the first thing that I did, of course, is I already lifted the rear. I put some brakes on the front so it wouldn't move. You can put whatever wedge you kind of have. Like you can see, I already took that tire off. So the next step after you do that, you're gonna lift it up. So I used my 3-ton jack and lifted it. After that, if you have a lock nut, you're gonna use your lock nut to take off the lock, and you just righty tighty, lefty loosey, and remove the tire. Just pull it out. Now that you've done that, you're gonna come up with this setup. Now if you're only gonna change the brake pads, there are two 10mm bolts over here. And you use one on the top and then another one right here on the bottom. Oh, here it is. I was looking for this one. So the other one is right here on the bottom. And if you do that, this thing, if you remove it, you just get a wrench or a, give me 1 second. So like I was saying, if you're just gonna remove the brake pads, you just take off a 10mm wrench or ratchet and undo it. I already did this one right here, and there's another one right here on the bottom which is already undone. They're just the pins, and with this off you can take this whole hub out just like that. So this thing comes up. Now to remove the brake pad, you simply slide it over like this and it's out. And as you can see, mine is pretty bit down bad. Both of them, in the front and the back. I already got that set for the front as well. I mean the front and the back, but I got a set for the front wheel drive. I mean from the front of the truck. Like I just mentioned, I'm going to replace this, but I'm also going to take care of the disc of the rotors. Now if you only need this, like I said, this is the inner part and this is the inner part. Of course, they're metal to metal now, and they go like this. Now I got my front and the rear. This right here, they're for the front, the engine bay side, DG1084C, and these are Duralast gold ceramic brake pads. They're ultra low dust. I used this on the previous vehicles that I had, and they don't make any mess on the rims, so that's a really good thing. Now these are going to be the ones for the back, is DG297C, and this goes in the back. Now it comes with the hardware, so you can replace this. This is where it clips, and we have 4 things in here, one for the right side, one for the rear left side. It doesn't really matter which one, but this is that set that you're gonna put in. Like I said, look at this, look how much it's supposed to have compared to my old ones. They're like completely gone. Now what I usually do, if they don't give you this, I usually buy it, and it's like less than $2, and it should last you for the 2 wheels. You just open this and put a little bit of on this side and on the other one as well, and that's just to reduce noise. There's nothing else to that. It's just lubrication. You can also put on the pins that I used to cuff on the hubs assembly, and it just prevents them from making squeaks and all that, and of course it a little bit of anti-seize. Alright, so thank you for sticking with me. I was gonna put this hub back on, but since I already have it out and I need to replace these clips with the provided one, I'm just gonna do it out here. So I'm gonna walk you through that. Like I said, this goes on the hub, I mean on the disc like this, and then this is at the back. So I'm gonna replace these clips this right now. I'll walk you through the process. I mean, this is literally, you just snap them out. Let me get my screwdriver. You can literally snap them off. Now they say they also sell some pads that don't come with the clips. This one came with the clips. You can reuse these same clips if you want to, but if you already get the new ones, might as well and use the new ones. Now this comes with 4, so make sure if they're different that you match them to whatever they need to go. So this one went like this, so my other one goes like this. See, this is not the same one, you can clearly see that. So grab one that goes right there, replace it, snap it on, boom, just like that. Now this one must be for that one, so I'm just gonna take this off, snap this one on. I just kind of washed this a little bit with just scrubbed it with the water and soap. I run out of brake cleaner. Snap done. Now I'm gonna put my brake pads. So these are the ones that go in the back. Like I said, you grab a little bit of this, grease it. Don't have to be a lot because you're gonna use for both sides unless you buy extra of this. Sometimes they sell them to you. This time they just put them inside the box for me. So you can just rub them like that. Make sure everything's covered. You can use your finger. It will not hurt you. And you are set. So all I gotta do now is put this back in the hub and then put the brake pads back on, wheel back on, and we should be all set. So let's walk you through that. So like I said, you don't need to take this off if you're not replacing your disc brake. So this goes behind this like this. Okay, this is, remember, this is a 21mm one. Again, you don't need to take this off if you're not replacing your disc hub. If you are only replacing your brake pads, do not take this off. Okay, it has the side. Other one at the bottom. And then you just tighten them. Now if you have a pneumatic wrench or electric impact driver, you can also use that. Mine is in the garage and this is not too difficult, so I'm just using my regular hand tools. I know they're supposed to be torque specific. I don't have those settings, so I'm just applying the same pressure that I did when I took them off. Now let's get those brake pads. So now your brake pad is greased. And all you gotta do is make sure you go with these two should be the same. So it really doesn't matter which one you put in the front, which one you put in the back. All you gotta do is slide it over, right like this, inside those clips things that we just replaced on one side, and then do the same thing but from behind, and they should fit right over there. sure this lip right here goes inside that clip, so pull it out if you need to. It's not too hard, but you can use a screwdriver to help you with this, and then you should be all set as long as they go inside. Push it in, push it in. Now this back one goes in sideways like this, so you can clip it off, clip it on. So let me get it straight, let me get it situated, and I will tell you what you need to do with the caliper to make it fit good. So let me put this on, make sure it's clipped in, and I will be right back with you. Let me see. Like I said, if you need to use the screwdriver to open up that clip a little bit, you can. There you go. Bottom's in, top's in. I'm good to go. Now, what's gonna happen now is that your caliper will not go in, because it was, since my old brake pads were completely wore down, the caliper needed to compress to open up more and more and more to make that for the difference. So what I'm gonna use is a C-clamp. All you do is get your caliper, put it over like this, and just compress it all in. It should take no effort. I mean, just a little bit of effort, but it's nothing too bad that you can't do with one hand. You shouldn't be needing anything else. Now, there's supposed to be special tools for this job, but a C-clamp does just that. So just put it over on top, and then just go ahead and start compressing until this hub goes all the way in. Like I said, it should not be too hard to do with just one hand. If you need to use a leverage, you can get the eye hook of a wrench for extra leverage, but you should be completely fine with one hand. Yes, it is a little tight, but nothing that you shouldn't be able to handle. Make sure you go all the way in until it's almost flush with this lip right here. Now, I also started making videos about mountain biking, trailings and all that. And I also have another channel where I teach 7th grade math. You can check it out. I'll leave a card up here, this side, whatever side. I think it's this side. Go check them out. So now, just back it off. You can take it off. This is good to go. Now, all you gotta do is slide it in. Should be no big deal. It only goes in one way. Have enough room for it to fit nicely without any problems. Now this is where the 2 bolts are gonna go on the back. Push them in so they won't give you any problem. And that's about it. Now this, it has a little lip right there. Make sure it goes right behind that clip that we put in. That's where make it stay. That's what makes it stay in place. Now you're gonna get your 10 millimeter bolts, heads, the pins, and put them on the back. Tighten them up. You can get them started with your hand. I know you can't see this right now, so let me move the camera over. Just get them started right there. Get the other one on the bottom. You can grease those up, but these are pretty fine. Get them started. Tighten them really good. Put the tire back on. Should be back on business. Now the first time that you press the brake, it's gonna go all the way in. Just press it in a few times until it expands the caliper. The cylinder inside, it expands. But other than that, I'm good to go. Just go ahead and make sure they're tight. Make sure they are tight. That's a 10 millimeter. Make sure you use your metrics. It's a 10 millimeter. Goes right there. And on the bottom. And where's my other ratchet? So let me use the same one that I had. Use it short. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. This one does not need to be as tight as the ones for the hub, but really tight enough because you don't want this to loose up when you're driving. Let's see if I can clamp this right here. And that's it. Basically, like I said, all you gotta do is put the tire back on. And you are good to go. New brakes. I spent $110 for the complete set for all 4 wheels at AutoZone. And again, I didn't buy the cheaper ones. I bought the Duralast Gold, the ones that have ultra low dust, because I don't want my rims to get brownish after just a few miles. So if you end up buying them, just do what you can. Like I said, I highly recommend those. I used them on a couple of Suburbans that I had before. I put those on my wife's Lancer as well. Highly recommended. I'm not being paid by anybody. I don't have any sponsors whatsoever. But that's it for this one, guys. If you like this video, make sure you hit subscribe, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next time. Bye.